So today I'm taking a hike out in one of the few trails that's still open around my house. It's just gorgeous out here. You can see all the ferns and everything, and it's peaceful. You can hear the birds singing. And I ran across this stump behind me. You see a lot of these around here. I just want to show this to you. Can you get an idea of the size of this thing compared to this tree that's next to it here? It's going to be a little bit hard to show. Can you see this thing? They're all over out here on the island. We have some in our backyard too. It's just massive. You can see the difference compared to that tree beside it. And when you consider that these trees that are standing here, like this one that's next to it, they're only around 100 years old, a little bit older. These are what we call second growth trees because all the old growth, which is what this would have been cut down. So check this out. You come over here on this side of it. You see these marks right here? There's two spots in the tree. This is where they put the springboards. That's where they took the wood and they put it into the tree to stand on it in order to get up high enough to cut up above the really thick part of the tree. This tree, it probably would have been well over 1,000 years old, likely when it was cut down. And look down here. I don't know if you can see this very well, but there's these old fire scars. A lot of these stumps have them. There's a stump back here in the background, back there, that has the fire scars on it too. A lot of these trees lived through wildfires, and they survived because God designed them to survive with the kind of thick bark that they have in the limbs way, way high up so that the fire can't get up into the canopy. Well, this week I did the first in our 4G series, and we were talking about how God is great. Think about this. That stump that's behind me, when that was a living tree, that thing stood there for centuries. It's very possible that no human being ever laid eyes on it. Now, there were natives who traveled through the islands, mostly stayed on the beaches. They may have seen it, but it's completely possible that it grew and no one laid eyes on it. And you think about all of this stuff that's growing out here, all the beauty, and God, we believe and confess that God sustains all of this. Sorry, you're hearing Tico, my dog. He's out here on a walk with me too. So God sustains all of this. And then Jesus comes along and he says, when you look at the birds of the air and you look at the lilies and the flowers of the field, God takes care of them. We believe God is great. God created all of this. God sustains all of this. And not just this, but things we will never see out in the universe. If you haven't had a chance, I encourage you to go listen to our sermon from this week. It's on Facebook. It's also on our website. And can contemplate what it means that if God is great, we don't have to be in control. And if we don't have to be in control, there's a lot in our life that we can release. I encourage you to be thinking about how you can do that in the midst of this time, slowing down and being stuck at home.